mic was off because I was testing stuff earlier. Hello! It's okay, I wasn't really saying much anyways. Hello. Give me a moment. I need to tweet and I also need to... I need to set up one more thing. Hello? Alright, Spooky stories. Hello. She was clearly chanting a spell. Of course, that's what it is. Also, what's it called? Give me like one moment. I gotta do something real quick. Thank you for the soapbox, by the way. Thank you. Hold on, man. Adapter. Thank you. And thank you for all the soapbox yesterday. I wasn't able to read them, but arigato. Cool background. I found a cool background. Alright. Spooky prep, that's right. And why did I not prep beforehand? Because I had a meeting when I first woke up, and then I was hungry, so I went and I got malatang. And then on the way back from malatang, the food coma hit me so hard, I was like about to fall asleep. So I took a quick nap, and now I'm here. Young, thank you so much for the support. Tomorrow's your birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, it's not here. What do you guys think of this BGM, by the way? Have you guys put in your yeah. 虹パフェ届いたよ、届いた、よかった、ありがとう、スパチャもサンキュー。ちょっと待って。Change the background to なんだこれNot this. おーてれてててれててれててれ。うわー Okay, hold on, let me. てれててれててれれれてててれててれててれ。I saw something cool. Okay. Tell me how this looks. Tell me how this looks. And then we have I think this one might work better. Now what's the difference between these two? This will do. Alright. So we have this. mic was off because I used this for ASMR yesterday. Oh, I also have the rain still from yesterday. Rain. How does it sound like? I can't tell. How does it look? How does it look? 水の音がそう、昨日の ASMR のセッティングがまだ残ってるんだよね。Alright. See, I have. Yeah, the rain, I put it up loud so you guys could hear it for a bit. But I turned it off. Oh, Matt! Did I refill my water bottle? I did not! Oh my gosh, thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. Arigato. Thank you for the super. I don't know why I'm so sleepy, but like I've been so sleepy the last few days, just like consistently, you know? Trick or treat, Johnny, we're calling Nina. Perhaps. Alrighty. Now, shall we get started? Tomorrow's your birthday as well. Oh my gosh, wait, so many people's birthdays tomorrow. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, hope you have a great day. 생일 축하해요. Young and Jabri. You guys have the same birthdays. That's crazy. No, not preview. Color. Can I make a dark theme? How do I make a dark theme? Background? I guess that's slightly better. Alright. Yes. So, spooky thing. We're gonna start off with the spooky. Alright, we're gonna start off with the spooky things that have happened that you have had because it has the least amount of responses. Okay? Is the BGM too loud, by the way? Turning it down a little bit more. But let me know if it's too loud, too quiet, okay? 생일 축하해요. Yes. A little bit. Yeah, I turned it down a bit. Alrighty. Woo! Wah! Yes! Alright, I don't know if I should like scroll down to the bottom first and read it or just read it from the top. I'll just read it from the top part. Okay. You see, let's start off with a context. My grandmother's side of the family for generations till this day has the gift that has been passed down for generation to generation. This gift can either be the sense of hearing, visualization, feeling, communicating, or asking for help from the people from the other side. You could say a spirit medium, but it's more than that from my understanding. 大丈夫かな? That's cool, that's kind of cool. I've been told numerous stories about my great-great-grandmother and my great-grandma and their abilities towards their gifts. Helping people and helping their own family members, since having this gift are both a blessing and a curse. One second. A blessing where you can talk, feel, and help and communicate to people who aren't with us anymore. But also, having this gift not only attracts the light, positive spirits, but also negative spirits and entities that may have interest in you, whether to play a trick, harm, or to use you as a medium to possess for whatever unsolved problems they have. Way too scary, really? The sad part of it is that no matter how great you are, if you cannot control your gifts, you will end up mad as a hatter. And instead of controlling it, it's the gift that controls you, where you will end up paranoid about everything, and everyone also will label you as a crazy person. Turn the lights on, bro. I got it like this. Like this. Is this better? Or is this better? Chat, is this better? Or is this better? We also have this. Is this two? Is this two? You're scared of horror stories? That's okay. It's just know that like real humans are probably more capable to hurt you than ghosts. Like, if ghosts wanted to hurt you, you probably would be already hurt now. If they're already in your house. But if you haven't been hurt yet, and you've been living there for a while, then, you know, you'll be fine. Probably don't want to hurt you. Hello! They are scary. No, I agree. Wait, where am I up to? In order for you to... effects. In order for you to have proper training, someone who knows that subject well would have to teach you. But since no one in the family wants to tackle their gift anymore, because they're not strong enough to handle it, what they're fighting against, they'd rather live a life out of sight, out of mind, kind of thinking, I wanna just live out of mind, out of sight. So that is the context. Alrighty. Let's start, shall we? You see, since I was a child, grade 2, grade 3, probably 9 or 10, I was interested in tackling what they called witchcraft and things that tackle and communicating with the spirits. My family was warning me about the dangers and results that can happen if I keep doing what I'm doing. Did I listen? No, I didn't. So now I'm paying the price. With little to no training on what to do or not, what is correct or incorrect. When it comes to communicating with the spirits, I do not even realize on who or what spirit's coming through. I do not know whether they are a positive or negative spirits or entity. I tried to ask my grandmother, but she was telling me to be quiet and changing the topic every time. So I took it upon myself to do it on my own. I was just reading anything I could on the internet that time. And one mistake cost me weeks of sleep paralysis. You see, I read a chant in Latin. And if you know, the Latin language is a powerful language when it comes to communicating with it. On the internet. A chant where you call a certain spirit of some kind of chaos. In my idiotic little mind of mine, I kept repeating these words since I was, at the time, excited that finally I found a legit Latin chant that I could use. But boy, was that a big mistake. I used to get sleep paralysis every single day, actually. You see, I'm part of my great-great-grandmother's bloodline. I'm connected to them, even when they are long since gone. By that, I mean I am easily Wait, where am I at? By that, I mean I'm easily attracting spirits, entities, whether they are positive or negative, without trying. And I don't even know it, unless I focus on it, which I do not dwell too much, because I'm too scared on what I might see sometimes. One night, after reading those chants and searching the web about it, I think nothing of it. That is where the nightmare began. Each night, every night, I get sleep paralysis. Trying to scream, move to whatever strength I have at that time to wake up, and every single time, without fail, I dream of me in the bathroom, in front of a mirror, and a person with a long white gown, taller than me with their dark long hair in front of their face, was with me inside the closed bathroom, and the proximity between us was a hand palm away. Their face, the person was so close up to my face, I can feel the hair on my face. They are moving slowly, swaying side to side, not forward, but just staring at me. It was literally looking straight at my eyes. The energy was so foreign and my body was just frozen out of fear. At that time, I woke up every single time. Same scenario every single night without fail. I was losing sleep because I was afraid that I would see it again, and still my brain doesn't know what I have done that time. As it continues, I sort of got used to having sleep paralysis, but still, the person or thing, whatever that was, still scared me a little. As weeks of constant nightmares occurred, I told my grandma about it. She told me I just lack prayer or something, and gave me a rosary or charm that has a saint on it, and told me to wear it on my wrist and don't take it off no matter what. I wore it. Slowly, my nightmares started to disappear that night, and after a few days of wearing it, my sleep was back to normal. I still remember the name of the spirit I was conjuring till this day, and I do not speak of their name anymore, afraid that it may come back. So to everyone, do not be like me. You're not sure what the outcome is. If you want, be sure to have a safety net to come back to if you want to retreat. No, say the name, bro. They didn't type the name, so I didn't actually know the name. Yeah, no, I actually used to have sleep paralysis pretty much every single day. And I think it was yeah. No, Rosary. Yeah, I used to have like sleep paralysis every single day until I got a cat. It was crazy. It was always the same patterns as well. The cat shoot it away? Maybe. Alright, are we ready? Do you want to hear the next story? So that was the first one. Pretty much saying be careful what you want to do, you know? Because it's kind of scary. Cat purring sounds makes you fall asleep? Yeah. Did you see anything? Yeah, heaps. Heaps of stuff. I used to get a lot of nightmares as well. Nightmares and stuff like that. And the thing is, it happened when there was a death in my doll family. And so what happened was my doll mother, so my doll father had actually passed away at the time. And then my doll mother was like obviously really sad about it all. But we were all having like really good dreams. Like all the dreams were like really positive. And until my doll mother got a new boyfriend. So when my doll mother got a boyfriend, the dreams went from like really positive and being like, it's okay, you can do whatever you want, I'm here watching over you, and those kind of dreams into sleep paralysis and scary like dreams pretty much every single night. And yeah, So IRL, yeah, IRL. So that's a personal story. That did happen. And yeah. So that is what happened. So another thing was, so my doll father's was like cremated, right? So they cremated the doll father, and they had the. So after like the cremation, I think the dream started like slowing down for the rest of the family. But I think they were left at the time. It was left in this like specific place, and I think 5 years afterwards, one of my doll siblings was like, "Oh, I want to get the ashes and like spread it in the ocean where they were born, right?" So then they got the ashes and they put it on their shelf, and they put it on like the top shelf, right? So then pretty much, apparently it was left there for 5 years instead of like actually going through with what they said. But they put it on the top shelf, and then after 2 years, the whole family got really, really sick. Except for, I mean, like I was only like brought into the family, so it's kind of different. But like the entire family got really, really sick, and I think my doll mother also got hospitalized at the time. And so my doll mother is very, very like suspicious of everything, in a sense where they would talk to like, I think it's like shamans and stuff whenever something bad happens. So they went to talk to a shaman, and at this point she didn't know that the ashes was still on a shelf tucked away somewhere. And so she talked to the shaman or something, and the shaman's just like, is there a deceased thing where you haven't like fulfilled their final say? Did you not fulfill what they wanted you to do at the end, like of their time? And then like after this, my doll mother called up one of my doll siblings and was like, "So did you like spread the ashes yet?" And my doll sister said, "No, not yet. I was going to get to it, but I got busy." And then so after they actually spread the ashes, my doll mother was finally like well enough to be discharged from the hospital. So I don't know for sure if there was a link between the two, but there's that. You know? So that's a personal story about something that happened that, like, it could be very much a coincidence, but because there's so many like points within it, not sure. Daijoubu. Pain, I mean, it's fine. Like, I was a doll anyway, so I've been it's like I've seen it happen over the few hundred years that I've been been on this earth. So it's all good. Bam 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 bam. See, doll mother is well and healthy, but doll mother is not the best human. So I don't know. I don't know specifically. You know? Yeah. So that's a bit of a scary story that I thought I would share. Hmm? Alright, we're gonna read the next one now. An actual horror story. It's not like a very... Like, what's it called? My doll. Didn't know you also submitted your story? Of course. I was planning to say some of mine as well. It's not very like because my doll father was only really in like when I like woke up as a human, right? And I joined the doll family that I'm currently with. My doll father was only really part of it for maybe like 3 years. So even though it's his personal story, I don't feel it as a personal story. So it's daijoubu. Thank you for the super. Kaika. Yeah. Alright. Now. Let it all out, girl. Nah, it's fine. If anything, I don't keep in contact with my doll mother because she is what you would call the textbook narcissist parent. So, yeah. I don't keep in contact with her. But that story did have a like she was the main part to that story, so I had to keep her in. Ne? Thank you for the 10 gifted. Arigatou. Yes, next story. This story happened in the house where I grew up, and there were always strange incidents, noises when it was empty, and even full body aberrations. What does aberration mean? Hold up, give me a second. My brain. Unusual, unexpected sight. Ah, okay. To a certain extent, we were already used to it. After all, we had been living there for many years. This story began when I was in high school. The house we lived in was the same, but had many renovations over the years. It was about 3 in the morning. Everyone had already gone to sleep, and I was studying in the dining room because the next day I had 4 very important exams. In order not to sit and doze off, I started pacing around the dining room table as I studied. The dining room, instead of windows, had a very large window, almost the size of the entire wall, with a sliding door that opened faced directly onto the patio. To open that door, you had to push down on the lock, and since that window was relatively new, the lock was pretty high. I was therefore walking in circles around the dining room table when I heard as if someone had thrown a small stone against the glass of the large window. I looked up and there was nothing. The house creaks at night, I thought. I continued with my studies. About 20 minutes later, I heard the same sound of pebbles against the window. There was nothing. I was starting to get nervous, and for the 3rd time I heard the same noise about 10 minutes later. I turned to the window and said, "Oh please, I'm very busy and I don't have time to play with you." As I mentioned before, we had lived in that house for so long that we were already to a certain extent used to the noises and things like that. After saying that, I waited looking directly at the window as if waiting for something, and I was about to turn around to continue my studies, but out of the corner of my eye, I saw how the lock of the window slid down as if someone were about to open it. Clack! Was the loud sound I heard as whatever was in there released the lock. I stayed cold. With a trembling voice, I said, seriously, I don't want to play. I need to continue to study. I walked backwards to take my book that I had left on the table, and just at that moment, clearly and without a doubt, I heard how that thing, whatever it was, whispered my name in my ear. I couldn't take it anymore. I was so scared. I left there through the kitchen, towards the patio, and from there I walked towards my bedroom. When I was already in my room, I realized that in my haste I had left the lights on, and that surely my aunt would scold me the next day. But I didn't care. I put on my pajamas and was ready to go to sleep. I was lying down, and the moment my head touched the pillow, I saw four tall, dark figures standing at the foot of my bed. They were so tall and elongated they almost touched the ceiling. My heart was beating uncontrollably, and like a child, I covered my face with the covers. I was there, shaking, waiting for whatever was there to go away, when I started to feel a weight on me. It started at my feet, like a snake. The weight began to creep up my legs, up to my hips, and stopped when it reached my chest. I felt that heavy weight there, not knowing what to do when that unknown weight began to growl like when a dog is about to attack you. It was at that moment that I screamed with all my might. When my mum got to the room, I was crying and trying to explain to her what had happened. That night, I slept with my mum in her room. Sheesh. Sheesh. Spooky. That is quite spooky, yeah. I'm scared of spooky stuff because I've seen some things myself, so that's why. It's scary, but you know, I'm still gonna read some. Don't I thank you for the 4 months! Happy Halloween! Yeah! Luna Park yesterday. Oh, I hope you had fun! That's why you always have curtains? True. Maybe they just wanted to tell them about the Lord and Savior. Something like that happened to you before? Oh boy. You know what's the scariest is when you're living alone. That's the scariest thing. You went trick-and-treating yesterday? Let's go! I don't think trick-and-treating is like a trick-or-treating is like a thing in Australia, so... You know. Alright, this one, part 1 excerpt. Context for events. Probably last unless my mom stops taking me to sleep. One second. This year, G12, same 4th floor classroom, end of the hallway, exam school day. Yes, I've been studying in the 4th floor my whole high school life. New school year, same room, so I low-key expected stuff to happen. Well, to my surprise, the first month in the school year wasn't that bad. August to September. Now, this time it happened. Just last October the 6th, last day of exam week. So every student was with their friend group partying or whatever. I was just in the room chilling again. Our exams ended 12 p.m. and once again stayed until 6 p.m. Now, during the time I had this unknown feeling of discomfort, but I just thought, maybe it's the stress finally showing after hiding itself during the actual exams. So, yeah, 5 p.m. strikes, and there it is. There it feels a bit stronger, since the campus is more like empty, close to empty at this point. Only the school faculty and cleaning personnel left on the 1st floor. I finally realized what I was feeling. It was the feeling of being watched, not just subtly. It was very tense. For context, all classroom doors have a little rectangle above the handle, allowing sight in and out of the room. Guess where I felt being watched? There. So 5 to 6 p.m. I was there in the room trying not to not show I was afraid by singing obnoxiously loud, wearing headphones and not looking in that area. But as soon as 6 p.m. struck, it felt bad, like my stomach started to mix like a cement mixer. It felt like someone was judging me. It felt like someone was watching me, their gaze piercing my body. I felt like a lamb just waiting to get slaughtered by the approaching and gazing wolf. I actually felt sick because the tension was getting thicker. And you know how people say how the longer it happens, the more stronger it becomes? So after I felt that, I had the innate vibe to urge to call it out and make it more wary of me. I took off my headphones and blasted the song, Can't say since copyright, and shouted, F off, don't you dare scare me. I'm a fire! Okay, nice. Which was a stupid battle cry, I know, but it worked! It gave me enough confidence to grab my things. After grabbing it, I closed my eyes, then walked to the door, opened it, and had to feel my way down the stairs. Yes, it was dangerous trying to walk four floors down while my eyes were closed. But did I have a choice? Maybe, but no. I felt this aura following me, like imagine a mist. That's what it was, a mist waiting to strike. So I had to like sacrifice temporarily my vision to not see it, hypothetically. Anyways, I think that's the end of my submission. Well, nice. You know, maybe there's a weird mutual friendship now. Hey, let's go. You made a new friend. But it's quite scary, but like, you know, maybe they just wanted to be friends. You know, maybe they found you interesting and they were scared to like talk to you, like, you know, Bootsy. What if Bootsy just like it was like Bootsy? They wanted to be friends, but they're scared to reach out first. Imagine. Way too scared right now? No! It's okay. It's spooky day. Maybe the ghosts are the friends we made along the way. Who knows? Who knows, you know? Yes. Shall we go on to the next one? Having a ghost as a friend would be so cool though. Only if everyone else can actually see it as well. Ask the ghost who's its Aussie. Yeah, the link to the BGM is in the description, by the way, if you wanted it. I was trying to choose like a BGM before the stream started because I didn't want something that was too creepy, but I also wanted something that had like a spooky vibe to it. And this one was like a perfect mix of like not too creepy. It's basically a stand and no one can see, yeah. And then you'll get called crazy for talking to yourself. Konbanwa! Alright, next one. So this story happens years ago during my childhood. No one, besides a few exceptions, really believes me though. That's okay. I have a lot of stories but nobody believes me too. I used to share a room together with my little sister for some years, and we had this weird green chair without a backrest, which was always next to our table. I always made sure to move it there whenever we went to sleep, so it wouldn't bother anyone. Anyway, one time I woke up in the middle of the night while everyone was asleep. My face was turned to the side where I could see the whole room without moving, so I opened my eyes and I had to adjust to the dark surroundings for a bit, until I finally realized what the heck I was seeing. The green chair, which was supposed to be next to the table, was in the middle of the room, and there was someone or something sitting on it. It was a teenage-looking girl, if I remember correctly, in a white dress. Yes, sounds cliche, you know, I know. Mind you, I don't have a second sister, at least not one that lived with us. She was just sitting in the chair and looking at my sleeping sister. I was terrified. I felt like crying from how scared I was, but I didn't want to make a sound. My sister's bed was at the wall on the right side, in front of me, so luckily whatever that was didn't notice me, or at least it didn't turn around. So I did what I thought was the best as a child, trying to fall asleep again. I tried to not make a single sound as I turned around to face the other wall, so I wouldn't accidentally open my eyes again and stare at it. I was sweating out of fear. I thought if I moved just the slightest bit, made the slightest sound, that thing would notice me, and God knows what would have happened then. I don't know, but somehow I managed to fall asleep after what felt like hours. When I woke up in the morning, the chair was back at the table as if it didn't move at all. I didn't tell my family. My friends never believed me and told me it was a nightmare when I clearly remembered how scared I was that time. How much I tried not to breathe so I wouldn't hear me. It never appeared again. Oh my god, what the freak? What the freak? My goodness. Wait. Oh, give me a second, chat. Something just stroked my head. Ah! Leave me alone. I'm trying to tell a story here, okay? Okay. That's over. I'm okay. I don't think it's a ghost. It might be a spook. Wait. Okay. Okay, let's go. It never happened again. After a few years, my sister got diagnosed with a lot of stuff. ADHD, depression, and anxiety. She wouldn't sleep without lights on, and even then she had trouble sleeping. She constantly said that she would see scary things in the night. We didn't share a room anymore, but everyone blamed it on anxiety. I don't know if it's related to what I saw. I don't know what I saw, and I don't know if I even want to know. Someone told me that maybe it wasn't something terrifying, but a guardian angel who watched over my sister. Which I gladly prefer, of course, but I just don't know what to think. All I know is that I didn't imagine it or dreamt of it. It was real, and I don't really want to go through something like that again. Since then, I always going to sleep facing the walls, despite that it's been years. At least if something ever watches me during the night, I won't see it again. Let's go! My gosh. The ghost just really wanted to hold hands with you because the story is too scary. Maybe, no? Maybe. That was scary though. My goodness. Please do it in a more friendly way. It's not that they love wearing white clothes. Ghost demons. Oh yeah. No, there's a theory when it comes to like ghosts and wearing like white and stuff. So like back in the day, the clothes that the people usually wore in like hospitals and stuff usually was like white clothing, white gowns, because like if it's a white gown, like if the patient starts bleeding, you'll be able to see it straight away because the blood will stand out, right? And if the patient is like it's also just clean, and like it was thought to like attract like positive lights. So people like nearing their death usually would be wearing those white gowns because they'd either be in like a hospital or they'd be like wearing it in order to like attract positive things. So that's like the theory of why like a lot of people see ghosts wearing white gowns and stuff, you know? That's what it is. Hello. Oh my gosh, I got jump scared by Slack. Oh my gosh. My gosh. Work can be scary sometimes. I think so. I mean, but anything is scaring me at the moment, so you know. Let's just let him fashion. No, there's like a reason to it. I like both cats and dogs. Hyper alert right now. I am absolutely terrified. Even Slack is spooky. Okay. Next one. Growing up, exposed to a lot of local folk tales and legends. Then also being always taunted by my parents for saying that something would... I'm not going to say the word. That something would swoop me up if I was naughty. Dude, actually... Okay, wait. Actually, I'm going to hold off this story. I'm going to tell you guys a story that I had. So, I went to my aunt's place when I was in China at the time. And oh my gosh... It was a spooky moment, for sure. So what happened was... We went to the aunt's place. And my aunt would just be like, you have to take an afternoon nap every day and also sleep at night. If you don't go to sleep, the lady across the river... Because they lived in like an apartment that was next to a river. And the apartment on the other side of the river was like really, really run down and old. And apparently it was like mostly like empty and everything. And it's just like, yeah, see those rooms, like that room across the river? That there's a lady there that will come and get you and punish you if you don't go to sleep during nap time, right? And so in the when I was like a young doll and my doll sister was already asleep during nap time, I was like I had like sleep problems falling asleep since I was a young doll, probably because I've been a doll before I woke up as a human. But like I've always had trouble falling asleep. So when it came to like nap time, I just wouldn't go to bed. And the thing was, I looked out the window for some reason towards that apartment on the other side. And I swear I saw a lady just staring at me through the window. It was staring at me through the window, and then when I locked eyes with it, it looked like it just started saying something. Like it looked like the mouth started moving and everything. And then I was like so scared. I ran back to my doll sister and I woke her up from her nap. And my doll sister was just like, oh my gosh, you're so annoying. But like, yeah. That's like something that happened, and I remember being really scared of that apartment building ever since. I haven't been there for like years, but you know. I don't know how to read it. Do you know how to write it in pinyin instead? Spell for converting a doll to a human? I don't know. But who is she though? I know. I'm just like, did I see something that I wasn't supposed to see? Yeah. Would you go back? I'd rather stay safe. She wanted to say how cute you were. I don't know, but that was kind of scary how she did it, you know? Alright, I'm gonna continue with the story. I was a bit jumpy since I was a kid, but I also have a lot of spooky happenings. The thing is a mystical creature from the Philippines that would split its torso to hunt its victim. Oh, I've heard about this! I rambled a lot, so it's kind of long. Something that really scared me the most was when I was at my grandparents' house, which was actually a known haunted house due to being uninhabited for a long time. The house is similar to those traditional heritage houses, which was mostly made of wood. We lived way away from my grandparents, so after they passed away, the house was abandoned since we had no time to visit the place. My mother wanted to take a breather from the city, so she had us tag along to take a vacation at my grandparents' place and clean up the house. She then found out that her old friend had passed away, so she wanted to go to the funeral with me and my siblings. I didn't want to, so they left me behind in the house. Oh, this is like the start of every horror story. Every horror story being like, hey, you want to go with us? It's just like, no, I'm good. So you get left behind alone. Oh. Miani, welcome to the dollhouse. I was an edgy teen at the time and just told me to look after the house. Huh? If I knew that they wouldn't go back to our house until the morning, I should have gone with them. I enjoyed being alone in that house, but not until what happened. It was beside a beach, but I stayed mostly inside a room playing video games as much as I could. It was almost midnight, and with no parental supervision, I don't have plans to sleep and just play games on the bed. The bed was situated against the wooden wall, so I was also leaning on the wall as I sat up while playing. I remember it was already midnight. I heard a stray cat outside hissing and growling at something. It seemed like it was chasing something off. Then I just heard it climb towards the roof, then ran off as it gradually became quiet. So I could be nice. I was a bit curious of what could be outside. There was a window near the bed, but probably because I was too lazy to get up and open it, I didn't dare to peek. It was a bit windy that night, but suddenly it got quiet. It was unnerving. But I tried to remain calm. I continued to play stuff and suddenly there were knocks. I was alone, and I don't know who could have been. I immediately stopped playing and hid under a blanket. I huddled towards the wall. Then I heard the knocks again. I thought the knocks were on the door, but it was actually on this wall beside my bed. What made me more terrified was because the room I was residing in was on the second floor. Out of fear, I fell asleep. I wouldn't survive a horror movie. Wait, you fell asleep because you were scared? Sheesh. I was then told I had a fever the next few days and also got scolded because I left the window next to me open with the possibilities of thieves that could get in. I didn't tell them what happened because I would get scolded for staying up too long too. I'd rather think those knocks were my grandparents' way of telling me to go to sleep instead of the spirit. My goodness! Didn't you say the window was closed? Oh my gosh! Cool. That's pretty scary. On the chat, advertisement break. Have you guys seen? Sorry, I almost broke everything. Have you guys seen the Double 11 fair? New goods. Yeah. New goods on the Twitter. Please check it out. You saw the announcement? Yeah. Spooky ads? No, not spooky, not spooky. Nice ones. So yeah, Double 11 fair. I believe that it's being sold on Taobao. Check it out. So, check してみてね. Yeah, I believe it's like it's being sold on Taobao. So yeah. The sale starts November the 10th at 9 p.m. JST. Again? There's no skip button. Chat! Don't skip the ads! I need it to fund for my crazy covers all the time. Thank you so much for the super, by the way. Do revenge. Thank you! Anyway, so that was a little ad break from all the scary stories. Skip ad. Is it you want me to not stop being able to afford the cover songs? You want me to not do that anymore? You don't want the cover songs anymore? Ayo. A little bit scared for the first time in a while because it's 10 p.m. and you hear odd noises. Yeah, no. I don't know if I can get through every single story, so I might end up being like, only see some of it. I will not skip the ads. Yeah. Alrighty. Arigato. Next story. Ever encountered a haunted house situation before? No, I have actually. But I feel like the haunted house situations follow me rather than me going to the haunted houses. Like, I swear I still see things even now in this current house. I mean, we had the thing stroke my head earlier as well. I was pretty rude. I need some personal space, okay? Okay. And let me tell you of the tale that happened way back in the mid-2010s. When I was in my early teens. It was a cold, dark evening, close to midnight. I was walking back from the bus station after taking my English classes. Spooky fun, thank you, Niptur. Thank you. The alley that my house was in was darker than usual on that day, and the lights occasionally flickered in a haunting way. Not a single soul was present on the streets, not even the kids that I usually played with. Still, I walked home, thinking that I would soon be back home, greeted by hugs from my family and a cup of hot chocolate, or so I thought. The house was empty at the time I got back. I checked my phone, no mails or missed calls from my parents. Luckily, I had the spare keys that my parents gave me, so I just went in. At first, I thought that my parents and my little brother were hanging out and getting ready for bed on the 3rd floor, since the lights on the stairs were on. When I got up there, no one was there. Though I started to panic, I still managed to hold my wits together and lock the doors while calling out my parent and my brother's name. Still, nothing yet. Until fate decided to say otherwise. Suddenly, something fell onto the attic floor with a loud thud. My heart began to race faster and faster as I approached the stairs leading to the attic with my phone's flashlight pointing at it. You know what they say in like those horror stories? It's like everybody for some reason they hear something creaking underneath their floor and they will always look underneath it, and that's where the troubles come. What happens if you just never go towards the thing? Right? Yeah. Yeah, sounds a bit like a bad move. Thinking that it was just a mouse or something was placed carelessly on the shelves, I sighed in relief. What the heck? Can you please calm down? Okay. The next crashing sound was the final straw for me. However, as well as thudding noises sounding like someone was running on the attic, I turned on all the lights on the 3rd floor, ran into the bathroom, locked it tight, and waited with bated breath. It was just something like scratching on the door. I think it's probably goldfish, but yeah. I tried calling my parents. No use. They weren't responding. Things began to escalate quickly when someone began to bang loudly on the doors downstairs, scaring the out of me. I was so terrified. Please stop. Okay, thank you. I'm being scared in real life. I did not know what to do. After a while, the bang sound ceased, and I started to overcome my fear a little bit. Enough to go out of the bathroom to check the doors. You were in the bathroom? Jay, I'm the most scared of the bathroom. As I was walking downstairs and stumbling in the dark to find the light switch, my phone rang, making my heart skip a few beats. It was my parents. Turns out they were the ones who banged on the doors since they couldn't open the second one from the outside. When they got back, they told me they brought my little brother with them to pick me up at the bus station, since it was quite a walk from there back home. I also told them of what had happened, and we all laughed. I decided to dismiss the problem of that night when something was tugging on my mind. Something that I should have asked my parents. If they brought my brother out with them when no one was home, then who was in the attic when I got back? You know what? Sometimes it's better to believe that it's an actual human, an actual ghost, rather than a human being living in your house without your knowledge. Also, I'm scared, so I'm gonna play Candy for a bit. キャンディみたいな甘い世界の中で今日も君に見ててほしいの。That's the wrong one. 明日にもまた会えるためにならい。Alright. Alright, no more scare. Do I have a favorite candy? I like fruit candies. Happy happy days そんなのの当たり前なことだほら完璧を見せるんだこの手捕まえて魔法をかけてみせるね幸せになれるってとりあえず進もうI like strawberry candy the most. Also, onions are not a fruit. They're a root. Three, two, one, go! キャンディみたいな甘い世界の中で今日も君に見ててほしいの明日にもまた会えるためになら今はきっと変われるから Alright, I think that's what's it called? I'm calmed down a little bit. Gargle milk chocolate? I like milk chocolate. Yeah, carrots are also roots. Okay. No, not chocolate milk. Milk chocolate. Cucumbers are fruits. Yes. Okay. では。Have lots of fun, but I'll share the recent one. That happened when I went overseas with my clique. We all stayed in a hotel. For some information, one of my friends can see them, and I can sense them. The room had 2 bathrooms, one inside one of the bedrooms and the other was outside, near the dining and kitchen area. One night we went back to the hotel quite late than usual. After we arrived, we were having small talk or drinking and playing games before taking baths and sleeping. When we were on that, I suddenly felt the shift in air. I know there was an unknown presence that came to join us. It's the entity from the bathroom near the dining and the kitchen area. The entity was not hostile or anything, but the presence was just too strong that it kind of made me exhausted faster. Yeah, if it's a friendly one, it's usually like chill. It's like she wanted to show us that she's there. Not long after, my friend who can see them got up and said she wanted to take a bath and went to the bathroom inside her bedroom. But not even after a minute, she went out again and asked me to accompany her. Just when I went into the bathroom inside, I know there was something in there. Since that day, both of us always begged together. And when we were staying there, that night, after all of us finished bathing and ready to sleep, I went out to the bedroom once again to check the lock and before going back to sleep. Later, I woke up from my sleep because there were noises outside, as if there were people doing activities in the sofa and the TV area. If I'm not mistaken, it was at 2 a.m. in the morning. It continued to the sound of cleaning up the plates and the cutlery. There were no sound of people talking or anything, just noises of steps and things moving. And this thing happened every night that I stayed there. After we finished our stay on the plane, I was seated beside the friend who can see them. There she revealed everything she saw in the hotel. Apparently the entity who lived in the bathroom near the dining and the kitchen area is the boss, which explains the strong presence and why I felt so exhausted on that day, because this entity kind of attached herself to me. The entity in the bathroom inside the bedroom is a woman with damp hair who is sitting inside the bathtub staring into everyone who goes there. Oh my god. My friend asked me to accompany her because she said the woman with the damp hair in the bathroom was always grinning at her. As for the activity, they will always woke me up from sleep every night. My friend didn't say anything because apparently she is a heavy sleeper. No. So it is still a mystery till now. To be honest, I sensed 6 entities in the hotel room and it's confirmed to my friends too. So I guess they might be the night residents at the hotel room. While we humans are doing activities during the day, they do theirs at night when we normally sleep. Hey! Kind of interesting. Wait, hold up. You guys want to hear a funny scary story? Why is the BGM not scary at all? Because I'm a scaredy cat, and if the BGM was scary as well, I would be too scared. You guys want to hear a funny like story that like one of my friends just sent me? So my friend like received a what's it called? A spam message on one of their social medias. And then the message was just like, "Hi, this is my name. So how was your day today? How is it going?" And then, you know, my friend just decided to reply to it and be like, "So bad. My dog just died." My friend does not have a dog. And then and then the person that sent the message replies with, "Why?" Bruh. Bruh. I know, it's like, why? Real. It's like, why? I don't know. It just did. Cause why not? Yeah, I don't know. But they don't actually have. They don't actually have a They don't actually have a doggo, so yeah. Yes. Yeah, my brain froze. Why did it? No, it didn't. It was, they were trolling. My doll friend was trolling the spam messenger. Yeah, they did. Alright, shall we get to the next story? This one might be a bit long, don't worry, they're all long. Excuse me, buddy. Happy Halloween. Back in middle school, I traveled overseas in Japan with my parents around Halloween. Since my parents thought I was old enough to travel, I was 12. The reason was that my great-grandfather's birthday was November the 1st and mine was the 13th. So we celebrated together. My grandpa has noisy neighbors. The neighbors were shouting at each other a lot, whether it be at night or during the day. They had a boy who was 16 at the time. I often saw him outside his family gate instead of going inside. To be honest, I thought he was creepy, but I started to talk to him. We even had a hideout cave behind the mountain. Let's call him Dior. Dior would often follow me around instead of going to school. I thought he was just being rebellious or bullied at school. I really started to like him mainly because I felt needed by him. A boy older than me often complained and cried about his parents. It's a weird solution, I know, but at the time I told my parents, "Can we adopt him and he can be with me instead?" Please don't judge, but I ended up giving him my first time to prove I wasn't lying to him. First time. I know I was stupid. Did multiple times, and as young as I was, I didn't know I could get pregnant. What? I thought people made babies by holding hands. Anyways, a week went by since I've known him. I went to introduce him to my parents, but my parents was confused. "Who are you talking about? There's no one but you here." Confused I was. He was holding my hand right beside me. I told my parents not to joke and that he's the son of the neighbors. My grandpa explained their son died a year before, and that's why the neighbors always argued. Cold sweats. I went to sleep, but Yul was at my window waiting for me. Everything about him felt so real. I questioned him and he told me he's not sure if he's dead. After that, I ignored him and acted like he didn't exist. Every night, dead bugs are put in my bed by him. All I know is that on my 13th birthday on November 13th, I blacked out. On the 15th, I was found in the cave by the search group with my legs smashed by rocks. I don't know how I got there or what occurred, but I have a feeling it was Duel who did it. My legs are useless till this day. My parents argued with the neighbors, telling their dead son to stay away from me. I haven't visited my grandpa's place since, out of fear that I'll encounter Duel again. I don't know if I befriended a ghost or what. I just know not to approach depressing looking beings. My grandpa passed away this year, and I'll be visiting him soon for his funeral service. I'm 23 now, so I know I should move on from this traumatic event of my life, but there's nothing quite scary like being the only crazy person. A crazy person who can't remember. What? Oh my god. Spooky. That did go from 0 to 100. Wait, so what happened to the pregnante? Can we change stories now? I'm scared. It is a spooky, scary horror stories from chat. I think it's a person, but the mind made a self-defense. Maybe? I mean, no, it might be different as well. Who knows, you know? It could be different, because the pregnante part wasn't like said afterwards. Okay, next story. Well, I guess you can say this is spooky. This is kind of long. I tried to shorten it as much as I could. Don't worry, they were all really long. English is a third language, so bear with me. That's all good. They were, for context, I'm a good girl. More traumatized and scared? Yeah. I believe guys, me too. Prolonging Halloween, let's go! Thank you for the thank you for the streamlines, Derek. Arigato. Okay, last September, my friend tried to set me up with a girl she knew. I didn't think much when I first met her, other than the girl being very talkative and rude at some times. She would always talk over me, and most of the time the topic centers around herself or prying into my personal life information. My friend saw how uncomfortable I was and decided to step in. After all, we were done socializing. We were about to leave when she asked for my contact information. I was reluctant to give it to her, and I can't exactly give her a fake information since she knows my friend, so I gave her my Discord instead. She was okay with adding me. After accepting her friend request on Discord, she would constantly message me non-stop. I'll get more than 20 notifications just from her, and it went on for 3 days before I blocked her. I tried to reply to her as much and tell her to slow down too, but of course she wouldn't. Most of her texts are wanting to know about some of my personal information and about myself, social security number, my parents' name, my address. Mind you, I only ever met her once face to face. After a day of her being blocked, she somehow got my Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Oh, I don't use my actual name on social media, and my Discord was basically random stuff. Of course, I would block her again, so it was quiet after that for a week. Then I got a text message saying, "Hi, haven't seen you in a while." And of course I had a feeling it was her, so I asked the number who it was, and it turned out it actually was her. I asked my friend if she shared my info with her, and she said no. But she also said that it turns out that the girl had a history of stalking her past partners to the point she would harm others and herself. With this information, I blocked her number too. After blocking her number, I always had a feeling of being followed, especially after my night classes. I unblocked her number and told her that we should talk face to face last time to confront her, and maybe introduce my therapist to her too, cause she needs help. But turns out she did receive treatment from therapists and some restraining orders too. I'm broke, so I can't afford that. And also, I think I scared her off I scared her off that day because we were meeting at my workplace for my safety, which was a gym and dojo. I work part-time as a martial arts instructor there. I guess she saw the sparring practice. Either way, I'm free from the annoying situations and stab free. You know what? That Loki is more scary. That's Loki more scary than the ghost stories that we've heard because it's an actual real. No martial arts can just defend yourself from them. Nah. I feel like it depends. My gosh, I'm glad you're safe now though. I'm glad you're safe now. If your friend knew that she had a history, I don't know. Yeah, that your friend is kind of. I'm not gonna do that. Did your friend know before or after? Cause my gosh, that's kind of scary. How do you know the ghost stories aren't real? That's not what I mean by real. What I mean by real is that the ones like with actual humans are more common to happen, like easier to happen compared to the ghost ones. You know, are the stories done? No. I haven't even gone through all of like one of the stuff yet, and I feel like I can't go through every single one, so I'm just gonna read some. Humans are scarier than ghosts, yeah. Yeah, humans are scarier than ghosts. Think about it, all the ghost stories that we've heard so far, it was scary, but like nothing actually happened. Plot twist, you stalk the stalker. Someone be like, I'm stalking you, be like, right back at you. Eh? Nah? Reverse Uno. I think I've actually had like people in the past text me that they can see me randomly from like a random phone number before. This was like when I was in high school. Cause I would walk home by myself, and then sometimes I would just get a random text being like, "You look pretty today," and I'll be like, "Who the heck?" In the past, you know. That would be creepy. I know. I'm just like, how the heck did they get my phone number? But like, you know, nothing happened and I'm safe, so that's all good. For all I could know, it could be one of my family members just trying to scare me. So yeah, no, those, I feel like those stories are low-key scary. Scarier. Secret. Alright, next story! When I was a child, I went to an all-boys school and once joined a school field trip that led us to a variety of nature spots. The name of the areas escapes me now, but it had a beautiful and scenic waterfall at the top and a small but a cool and refreshing pool at the bottom. Visitors are allowed to dive in, but caution was advised by the caretakers. There were cases of people drowning in the waters before. Oh, thank you for the super! I see what you're wearing right now. That's interesting. By the way, your mom's cooking smells nice. It smelled amazing. Hey, y'all! Thank you for the super, Charlie. The stalker. Stalkers are scary, yeah. No, I think like I was fine in the end, so I don't really like think about it anymore. Especially now that I live with like roomie-chans and stuff. I feel safer. Like I've pretty much never lived alone. Because I always feel safer when there's other people. You know? For multiple reasons. Rumi-chan MVP for real. For real. Alright. What am I up to? This didn't deter any of us. What's it called? It weren't deterred any of us since we all knew how to swim thanks to the school curriculum. Oh yeah, in Australia, every single kid has to learn how to swim. And with how draining the trip was, with the long treks and the hours long traveling, the cool waters were a welcome state of repose. The edges of the pool were shallow and it only went as deep as 5 feet or a little over in the center. Regardless, it didn't take long for me and my friends to start splashing each other's face around the pool's edges. Eventually, some swam to the center and I followed suit. As I swam, oh my gosh, please stop stroking my head. Please. Alright, anyways. As I swam, I heard an odd voice close to my ear. Feminine, calm, calling me. I looked around and found no one next to me. Was it the teaching staff? No. They were keeping a vigilant and watchful eye on the dry land with the caretakers. I carried on swimming, but I heard the voice again. It was louder. I hesitated, but my friends were already at the center of the spring having fun. I continued again and the voice again was louder, beckoning me. Fear slowly crept into me and I swam back to the shallow edges. I stayed there for minutes, letting the sinking feeling pass. Immediately after, I noticed there was something sitting at the end of the waterfall stream. Making my way there, I settled in and let the cascading waters crashing onto me to calm my nerves. The voice, however, returned, more inviting than earlier. I ignored it for a time and focused on the water striking me. After a short while, I was the only one by the stream, the voice being my only company. It kept calling to me for minutes, but I felt it grow impatient as I refused to budge. After enough time had passed, I felt something amiss when the voice grew eerily quiet. Then I felt something swimming towards me, reach for me, my legs. I silently panicked and tried to get my footing and my leg got dragged further into the water by an invisible force. My panic was short-lived when one of the teachers came to help me out of the water. I think I was having trouble climbing out. Upon regaining my composure, I felt some blood trickle down my knee to my foot. After getting some distance away from the water, the teacher told me it was my time to go. My class's bus was almost ready to head back home. Oh my gosh. Who's there? I don't know. The spooky voice seems like it would just become an annoying voice. Yeah. It's scary that what's it called? You actually get dragged down though. That's why I'm scared to swim in like anything that you can't see the bottom of. Like when I can see the bottom of the floor, I just yeah. When you can't see the bottom of whatever you're swimming in, I get scared because I'm like, what if there's something in there? Yeah, anyways, so there's that. That was scary. Nice story. I mean, nice what's it called? Recap. Alright, next one. I had always been an adventurous foodie, eager to try new culinary experiences. So when I heard about a one-star restaurant that had received a reputation for all the wrong reasons, my curiosity got the best of me. You know what they say? Curiosity killed the cat. The place was situated in a remote part of town, hidden behind rumbling signatures and a dingy facade. One dreary evening, I made my way to the restaurant. its entrance obscured by peeling paint and flickering neon signs that barely clung to life. I couldn't help but wonder why such a place had earned such a low rating. My curiosity pushed me forward. As I stepped inside, I was greeted by a dimly lit, nearly empty dining area. The tables were wobbly, the chairs were frayed and threadbare. The ambience was far from inviting, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. A disheveled waiter shuffled over to me. His demeanor was as lackluster as the surroundings. I ordered the house special, hoping to uncover the truth behind the restaurant's terrible reputation. The waiter jotted down my order, or at least I assumed he did. His handwriting was almost illegible. That happened to me the other day, actually. The minutes dragged on, and I felt a discomfort settle in. The silence in the restaurant was broken by only the occasional clinking of cutlery and the distant hum of the city outside. I couldn't help but notice that there was no other patrons in the restaurant, and a sense of isolation washed over me. Finally, the waiter returned with a plate of food that looked far from appetizing. The food was a dismal concoction of overcooked pasta and watery sauce that lacked any discernible flavor. My expectations had been low, but the reality was even worse than I had anticipated. As I took my first bite, I noted a strange, lingering taste, a metallic undertone I couldn't quite place. I tried to flag down the waiter to inquire about the dish, but he had vanished into the shadows of the restaurant. The more I ate, the more I felt an overwhelming sense of unease. I noticed that the walls of the restaurant were adorned with strange, grotesque paintings, each one more disturbing than the last. They depicted scenes of despair and horror that sent shivers down my spine. As I pushed the plate away, my attention was drawn to the eerie silence that had enveloped the restaurant. A sense of dread washed over me, so I left money for the tab and bolted from the restaurant, leaving behind the one-star establishment for the reputation they hold may be far more haunting than one could ever imagine. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Spooky! Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down my spine. Culinary horror. Grill the cat. Bad food is scary. Bam 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 bam. Alright. I'm kind of too scared to read too many, so I might just... Oh my gosh, there's still so many more. Give me a moment. Bad food is so scary. You guys want to know like something scary that happened like literally 1-2 days ago? I was reading like a webtoon that was about a serial killer in the webtoon, right? And I had to go to the bathroom, so I went to the bathroom and I just kept reading the thingy. But as I was trying to close the door to the bathroom after going to the bathroom, the second I was about to get the door fully closed, like I think it was like a strong gust of wind or something, but it yanked the door back open and I scared the heck out of me. Scared the heck out of me. Yanked the door back open as it was about to be closed. I thought something was about to jump out of it and like I don't know, get me or something like that. めっちゃ怖かった。Run. I'm okay. I think it was just the wind. I believe. Okay. Well. Shall we shall we go to the next story? I used to go to a Catholic school that was built back in 1910, more than 100 years ago. There were rumors that this school went from a church graveyard to a military school hospital to a school. Hence dozens of spooky phenomenon. This happened to me when I was a freshman in high school. Our school decided to celebrate its 100th year. My friends and I decided to stay late to attend this party of the school festival. I had too much juice at the time and decided to go to the nearest restroom, which was rumored to be the most haunted in our campus. I told my friend that I'll be fine. I wasn't scared to go into that restroom because I'm used to seeing the paranormal things once in a while. I went by myself and told my friend that I will just meet up with them once I'm done. I got to the restroom. When I went inside, immediately felt chills down my spine. The restroom was dim and had this cold feeling in the air. I couldn't hold my pee in anymore, so I went to the nearest stall and did my business. While sitting on the toilet, I heard these very light footsteps outside my stall and whispers as if someone was murmuring a prayer. I was done peeing, but I didn't want to go out yet because of the footsteps, and the footsteps sounded too light and unnatural to me. Minutes passed, but it felt like hours. But the footsteps just wouldn't go away, so I bravely went out of the stall, but no one was there. I let a sigh of relief, but it was short-lived. The footsteps came back, but this time the whispers of prayers got louder, as if the person was whispering it was behind me. I felt a very cold hand touch my right shoulder. I wanted to run, but I couldn't. I simply turned to my right where the mirrors are and saw a soldier wearing a tattered up uniform. The soldier didn't have his head on his shoulder, but instead he was holding it by the hair. My body went cold and chills shot through my spine. I finally snapped myself back to my senses and ran out of the restroom. The ghost soldier actually chased after me, but disappeared once I came close to a group of people. I reunited with my friends, and after I told them what happened, apparently there is a rumor that the soldier that I saw died in that area and had been looking for his actual head. The head he is holding by the hair of is actually the head of a priest that died at the same time as the soldier. Oh my gosh! That is terrible. That is terrifying. That is terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. I think the bathrooms are like one place that I'm scared of the most. I think one of my schools was built on top of like a big cemetery as well. And I would always be scared to go there at night times. Not the cemetery school. I know, it's always spooky. See, I don't know why they I mean, it's probably to like save on space and stuff. Alright, well, shall we go on to the next one? Oh my gosh, this sounds kind of scary. Okay. I live alone majority of the year while my parents work out of town weeks at a time. Although I had 2 dogs and a cat to keep me company, so I wasn't totally isolated. One night I was woken up by my dogs, terrified and shaking. I had presumed it was probably thundering outside since it was that time of year, but no rain, no thunder. Instead, what I had heard was a blood-curdling scream coming from behind me. Sia, welcome to the dollhouse. In the kitchen, which sent my dogs flying into my arms and underneath my bed. After building up the courage to peek out in the hallways towards the kitchen, I noticed my cat standing in the doorway, staring towards the kitchen. He wasn't in his aggressive stance, which means there wasn't a threat he could see. But his ears were, which was odd. But it wasn't until I looked down the hallway into the dark kitchen that I understood what was up. 4 large eyes of varying sizes were looking at me. At first, I thought it was an illusion or some tired delirium. I rubbed my eyes to make sure it was real before noticing the eyes were far apart. Extremely far apart. No human face could have eyes that far apart. Then I realized that I too realized the knife flying at my face. I was stunned, too stunned to react, but I felt the blade go through my skull without actually piercing me. I finally reacted and fell back and frantically searched for blood or anything for the swords. Nothing. Bone dry. Turning my gaze back towards the kitchen, nothing was there. Taking a few minutes to gather myself and stand, I walked towards the kitchen to turn on the light, and after doing so, looking around for anything out of the ordinary. I saw blood converging into small puddles on the kitchen tile. After quickly grabbing a towel to clean it from the bathroom, I suddenly found no blood. Searching around again, I noticed a pure white smile come from the kitchen door window, which quickly vanished. I returned the towel back to the bathroom and turned off all the lights and entered my rooms once again. This time unable to fall asleep, both out of fears and the dog's fear. Out of my fear and the dog's fears. Every once in a while, I hear that exact scream. Always when I'm alone, but it keeps getting closer and closer to my room. I'm scared of what happens when the source of the scream gets to my room. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This is scary. This is scary. I'm scared! Rumors that someone lives there? Wow. I would change the door locks? True. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows, you know? Do you spook easily? Yeah, I do get spooked easily. I'm scared. Man, I'm scared. Do 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 do. Whew. I don't know if I can read all of them. There's way too many for me to read all of them. Alright, I'm gonna choose a random one. Is that why you never play horror? Yeah, because I actually get like chest pains when I play horror games. Alright, I'm gonna choose a random one. Oh, there's one in Japanese. Ah, yomenai. ゾワゾワゾワゾワと。待って。ある日の夜明け前、私はゾワゾワした不気味な感触に目を覚ました。でもその感触はすぐ消えたので、変な寝方でもしたんかなぐらいに考えて、すぐまた寝たました。それから数時間、太陽が昇って明るくなった頃、またあの不気味な感触I don't know how to read these 漢字漢字が読めない。 Where are you reading them from? Well, I have I sent it out like, you know, like the Google Forms, and I asked for submissions on that. So私はすぐに起き上がる。払い落とすだけのために自分のすべての筋肉を20センチムカデとはI see. Oh my gosh! Wait, that's actually really scary. So this person This person was actually sleeping in the bed with a centipede. I think. Is it a centipede? Yeah, it was with a centipede. And that was like the feeling that they were getting. They were like, oh, like they felt something crawling around on their back and everything, and they're like, what is that? Yeah. Insect horror. Insects are more scary than anything, I know, right? I'm just like browsing through all of them right now. You are scared? That's okay. I myself didn't really experience it, but back in elementary, there was this little boy who I didn't know. He proceeded to run up to me and just said, "You appeared in my nightmare last night," then ran away. And now that little experience stays with me forever. And then these ones are like the troll ones. My life. Going home at midnight. My teddy bear went missing. My life without budgeting. OMG, so horrible. Let's see, land on your face. No! No, Moody. Let's see. Maybe we can try the ones. Those last two are very scary, to be fair. Alright. Me existing in their life. 姉と母が車に乗って信号待ちをしてたら、前のフライフィッシュがなんてThey really tell me anything spooky. That's fine. My normie friends found out I watch YouTubers. The horror! No way! It's okay. Make them into, like, bring them into the rabbit hole. Just have regular seeing ghost stories, nothing special. Dad was tormented by what he described as a little person the size of a doll on his nightstand, throwing needles at his feet. He said it had a tall point hat, but my dad ignored it every night. I forget everyone's stories because I just assume they're all fake. Unlucky! Push them into the rabbit hole, that's right. My school dormitories are so haunted that my friends and my friend's younger sister gets possessed and nearly jumped off the 3rd floor. But thankfully they stopped her before she could. It became a hot topic at the school the next day after the incident. Oh my goodness, that's kind of scary actually. There was once my parents were back from a wedding party and they decided to take a photo together in their room because my mom wore a very beautiful dress that day. They used the window curtain as their background and they checked back on the photo and they realized there was a face peeking out from the window curtains behind them. My mom was so terrified she deleted the photo so there's no actual evidence about this incident. Creepy! Ooh. I'm that friend that got dragged into the rabbit hole. Hello! Oh my goodness. Hana senpai! Look! Thank you so much for the raid! I'm actually reading horror stories right now and I'm so scared. I'm so spooked. I'm so spooked. How was your stream? I hope you had a great stream. Hello, Hana Senpai, Hana Raid, welcome in. Have fun with the horror talks. I cannot handle spooks, dude. Me too, me too. I'm literally like spooked, so spooked. Thank you so much. And what's the code? Bye bye, I guess. Hello. Okay, we're going back to the spooky scary stories though. Scary, spooky, scary stories. Okay, another... what's it called? Okay, brother was walking home late at night. Since the bus service is stopped, he was walking by an empty road with cars driving by now and then. He hears someone... he keeps hearing someone coughing and calling out to him from behind. The first time he looked back and there was no one. Then he hears it again. After a distance he looked back again, but there is no one. Still no one. The third time he hears it again, this time it's calling his name. He decides to ignore it. The voice kept calling out to him. He didn't stop until he reached the neighborhood he lived in. What happened? What happened? My goodness. Another personal experience, but it happened when I was a small child, so I got no memory of it. I got left behind at a cemetery, was visiting my family's hometown with all my relatives. Smaller than a 1,000 people kind of town, where we were traveling in 3 cars and there were 10 plus children. Was visiting the local cemetery, and when it came to time to leave, the adults missed me. Though it was on another car, they figured it out when they arrived back home. Had to drive hours to get back. They found me in the crypt. Late in that day, I was 5. Wait, what? Crypt? Yeah. You guys want to know like a story that I have about cemetery? So I went to the cemetery once for my grandfather, and with my aunt and my cousin. And so my aunt and my cousin were like, can you wait here for a moment? And they went to go get something for something. So I was just standing there in the middle of the cemetery all by myself. And then I just see like this like dark area of the cemetery. It was like really dark compared to the rest of it, even though the sun was like really bright and there wasn't any clouds on that day. But it was just really, really dark. And then there was like the actual the header, like the stone that's usually on like the cemetery places. It had like moss and stuff growing all over it, so it wasn't really taken care of, right? And then I remember quite specifically because I was really scared. Like I remember looking over there and just seeing like a tall figure with long hair, and then a shorter figure with like short hair. The short figure with short hair was waving at me, and then the one with the long hair was like smiling and like kind of like asking me to go over to them, like, you know, like the hand signal, being like, come over here, come over here, you know? Obviously I didn't go over there, so I don't know what happened next. But I just remember when my aunt came back, I was just like, hey, like, I was like, I saw this over there. And then when I pointed back over there, like after looking and talking to my aunt, the area wasn't dark anymore. Like it was almost as if the cloud disappeared from that section or something like that. But it wasn't dark anymore, and it was bright all of a sudden. And I was like, what the heck? So yeah. That was like a story that happened in a cemetery a long time ago. Yeah. Your aunt is haunted. I don't know if it's my aunt that's haunted or if I'm the one that's haunted though in that situation. Drink pig's blood. I mean, like a lot of my relatives eat I think it's blood tofu. So yeah, that's actually so scary. I know, but I don't know for sure if those figures were like evil or nice. So Who knows? For all I know, they might be really, really nice. Okay. One day, my friend invited me to go outside and walk around my town. I have 2 friends to be exact. We like to talk to each other and make jokes. When I was going home with my friend, there was someone passing by in my back. Like there was a black shadow. I felt cold during this time. I asked my friend a question. Hey guys, do you feel anything? My friends reply. Anything? Wait, what? So I replied, forward, and I felt cold. So my friends replied, huh? What do you mean? There's nothing around here. My friends are not feeling anything. I was the only one feeling it. So I replied, never mind, let's just forget about it and go home. I see. Cooked and roasted. Yeah. Sunken plots at the cemeteries, nets flying over from above in front of the stone where the coffin is buried. The grassy ground was sunken by nearly a foot. Oh. Why? Yeah, no, cemeteries are really scary. Okay, next. I'm just skipping through it randomly and then choosing them. My mom told me this story. One time she and her close friends visited the cemetery. Cemetery again! I don't remember why, but all I could remember is that the spirits or ghosts were not friendly. My mom experienced some bad stuff with them during her visit there. She felt someone smack her head behind her, even though no one was there. Or she almost tripped many times because she felt someone push her, even though there was no one behind her. And one time that my mom hopped into an elevator and this happened in the hospital, so it was much creepier. But she felt uneasy because she felt someone is with her, even though she was all alone in the elevator. And what's more is that the elevator stopped at the 7th floor and the door kept opening, and that made my mom freak out. She quickly hopped off and took the stairs. Creepy! And yeah. Thank you so much. Isn't the stairs more scary? Sometimes. But like, okay, just think about it this way. Being stuck inside the elevators or walking down the stairs. Yeah. Yeah. If you had the stairs, you can at least run. You can at least have like you have control over your own body. But being like stuck in the elevator, you can't really move anywhere. One of my best friends would always get sleep paralysis and had this sort of motherish entity. Kinda hums a lullaby beside her as she slept. Oh. She was a kid when she first saw it. She had sleep paralysis that night, and when she opened her eyes, her vision was kinda hazy from sleep, but saw something with long hair at the foot of her bed humming. This happened 2 to 3 times before she told her mom, and they moved to a different house. Unfortunately, it actually followed her to the new house until she grew up. We met back in university where she kinda told me all of this, and right now it doesn't appear anymore since some years ago. Personally, I think it's because she's older now, and it probably got attached because she was a kid. Maybe some ghost entities have maternal instincts depending on their origin. Maybe. I mean, like, I had a couple of different ones. So, like, when I had sleep paralysis, there was one that would sit on top of, like, my chest and try, like, have their hands around my neck as if they're about to choke me. And then there's the other one where, like, they would just be, like, stroking my back with, like, a really, really sharp nail. And, like, just stroking the back over and over again. And then there's this other one, which is just, like this like really creepy looking thingy that's staring at me from like the door. If I leave my door open, it's staring at me from the door with like with a smile on their face, which is the most creepy part of it. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, I don't know, the elevator game is really scary to me. Makes me scared to take elevators by myself as well. Wait, your school just straight up has a cemetery in it? Sounds kind of interesting, to be honest. I don't know the details of like the elevator game actually. It was my mama who told me this one. When she and my dad were still dating, my grandma, my mom's mother, would usually invite my mom and dad to her house. It was quite big. The house was quite big. It was quite the big house, and probably the entirety of my mother's family lived there. All of my mother's siblings had known my dad by now and were at least close in a way. One day, my dad was invited by the grandmother's house again. He told my mom that he saw my aunt, my mom's sister, by the terrace of the house. Later, when he asked my grandma and mom, I didn't know insert my aunt's name, was here. Doesn't she have work? And my mom told him, huh? No, she's at work as we speak. She told me that my dad looked pale, and then he said, really? But I just saw her at the terrace. And so far the story only started and ended there. No further developments as far as I know. 12 straight to world 14. They don't have detention, they have a... No! Alright, next one. My mom said that a while ago while I was still boarding overseas. In the back of our yard, it was connected to the yard of the houses to our left and the right, and it goes in a row. Oh yeah, pretty standard. At the middle of the night, she could hear someone or something moving across the yards. She couldn't really describe the sounds she heard, since the doors were locked. We have security alarms that ring when someone enters the house through any of the entrances, so we have to disable it if we're the ones that are entering each time. Our neighborhood wasn't too bad, and she's the only one that stays up so late, so we didn't really think it was a big deal. One night she wanted to know who it was and wanted to stop them, so she would stake it out and try to see who it was. But she could never stay awake for long enough to see or listen every time. She gave up after like a week. To this day, we still do not know who or what it was, but recently added spiky attachment thingies to the top of our fence, and it seemed to stop wherever those sounds were. Some other neighbors in our row of the houses also reported similar things happening. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like a wild animal or something. It's getting scarier? Really? I don't know why I chose the night time to do this one, so... Kawaii ne! Very scary. Okay. The most recent one was back in college when my friends and I were an intern in a hospital, and we were stuck for the night shift. There was no samples to be processed in most areas in the lab, so we were just sleeping at the side and trying not to get caught by our instructor. My friends woke me up, who was very sound asleep, that a doppelganger was hanging around in the lab. She said that while a staff was reading slides on the microscope, they tried to show a fellow intern something and hovered for them to get closer. The staff didn't look up from the microscope and was just teaching until they realized that there was actually nobody beside them. that fellow intern was actually sitting near a table, confused since they were talking to her, who was far away from the staff. Sometimes the doorbell from the back door of the lab would ring spontaneously. Sometimes handprints would be seen on windows of an area in the lab that wasn't used. I have seen my friends ran out of that area she was assigned to and told me that she heard occasional coughs and wheezing inside when she was all alone. The hospital's lab is actually located just above the hospital's morgue. We only found out about this when our instructor taught us to stop eating near the morgue. My gosh! Okay, well that's scary. Kawaii! Kawaii! As we know who's not sleeping tonight. 怖くなってきた？そうなんだよね。めっちゃ怖い。めっちゃ怖い。普通に怖い。てててるるるるるる。Okay. Okay. Ready? Whew. You're getting scared? It's okay. You don't seem scared though? Okay, I am scared. I'm quite scared. My face doesn't seem like it's scared, but My grandmother was a kind and gentle soul, known for her unwavering love for animals. She lived in a cozy cottage surrounded by a sprawling garden that was a sanctuary for various creatures. But one summer, a mysterious and otherworldly event unfolded that left her with a story that sent shivers down our spines. She had always felt a deep connection to the natural world. She believed that the spirits of animals held a special place in her heart. It was on a warm, moonlit night that the extraordinary event occurred. She was tending to her garden under the soft glow of the full moon, her heart filled with gratitude for the beauty of the night. As she knelt to care for her roses, she noticed a group of fireflies dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Sorry. They move in unison, creating a mesmerizing display of light and magic. She felt a sense of wonder washing over her, as if she were witnessing a moment of pure enchantment. She began to speak softly to the fireflies, thanking them for their presence and ethereal beauty they brought to her garden. To her astonishment, the fireflies responded. They arranged themselves into patterns and formations, as if answering her words. It was as if they were communicating with her in a language only they understood. She continued to speak to the fireflies, and the patterns they created became more complex and intricate. She felt an otherworldly connection and bond between her and the creatures of the night. It was a magical, surreal experience that seemed to transcend the laws of the natural world. As the night wore on, her connection with the fireflies deepened, and she felt as though she were dancing with them in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Sorry. It's a really nice song, that song. The garden became a stage for the spectral ballet, and she was at its center. The experience left her with a profound sense of wonder and gratitude, and she believed that the spirits of the animals had chosen to reveal themselves to her that night. From then on, her garden was a place of enchantment, forming the mesmerizing patterns in the moonlight. Dude, this sounds like a story. This one doesn't sound like a horror story, but like, yeah, that's an interesting one. You know? Alright. How about we do like maybe one or two more, and then we'll just do a regular chatting section. And we'll end off for the day, because I'm getting a little spooked. Apart from the last one. The grandma was a Disney princess, I know, right? Yeah. Alright, this story happened to my younger brother. Our family is usually pretty chaotic in general. We have a neighbor that That is literally the opposite of our family. One day when he brought his friend to our home, his friend saw a kid inside my room when they were on the way to his room. A child peeking from the closed but unlocked door, so he decided to ask if I'm in the house right now, and my brother declined it, saying me and my mom were on a vacation. And that's the reason why he brought him here. Realization hit him hard, and then he said that he just saw a kid peeking at the door just a few minutes ago. I kind of feel like offended actually, like I'm not that short. It's okay. My brother actually felt pretty confused because of this, and decided to just let his friend see my room, and he opened it and no one was there. But his friend, hold up, his friend did get creeped out because he saw all of my dolls and plushies and said it was scary. I actually never met this guy. I never bothered by it before. But I do think maybe the ghost kid just missed me. So after that, I just decided to name them Liliana. Wow! Let's go! So you might think, what's the connection between neighbor and this story? So this also happened when my little brother came to their house to play. What shocked him is that when he was sitting alone in the living room, he saw a tall woman with crushed face looking at him from the restroom. He was actually pretty speechless on what he just saw, and when his friend was back, the ghost is gone. Like, knowing that my brother just saw her. He asked, did she do something to my little brother? Of course, my brother... Wait, hold on, I can't understand this. And he told a story that just shocked her. That's actually shocking. Turns out that the lady actually lived between ours and his house for a long time. A long time ago. But recently she started going to his place, and he did say that she's actually an evil spirit. My conclusion was that she loves quiet places just like my neighbor's home. She probably thought that my family were too chaotic since we never even knew about her existence. Yeah, in some cultures, what's it called? Playing loud noises actually like gets the ghost to go away. And then in other cultures, it like actually makes them angry or whatever. Reading is hard, but it's like some what's it called? Some of these submissions are written by people who have English as their second, third, or even fourth language. So, you know. It's not spooky until the stream suddenly cuts off. Imagine I just end the stream without saying anything mid-sentence, and then you guys see that though. Anyways, alright. Last story. This horror story was experienced by a friend of mine when she was still in university. It was a pretty old university with a long history, so there were plenty of horror stories that come from every part of the school. This one happened at their dorm. There were two of them in the room sharing a bunk bed. My friend had the one on top and her roommate below. That time there was a party being held at their university at night, and her roommate forgot something at their room, so she went to get it. The party ended and they both got back. They were surprised to see that their room was such a mess. Lots of stuff scattered on the floor. Furniture being misplaced. They were about to report a break-in when her roommate realized that she accidentally left a digital camera on her bed. The one below. Turned on. They tried playing the most recent video to see if the intruder was somehow caught on it. The video was silent since no one was there. With a light outside seeping through the window, you can make it... Where was that? Intruder was seeping through the window. You can make out a little bit inside of the room. Nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary, but then there was a sudden shaking on the top bunk bed. They couldn't really make out what it was, but it was like someone or something was trying to climb down. The figure donned with a white cloth, its face covered with long black hair. My friend and her roommate watched with bated breath. She mentioned that the video itself was short, but it felt like an eternity to them while watching it. As the figure slowly made its way down, head first, things inside the room started floating. When it finally got to the floor, it went under the bed and there was no movement. But then the figure suddenly revealed itself, creepily crawled in front of the camera, and then bam, the chair suddenly fell down. But not the one on the video, but the one beside the two. Huh? With the video ending abruptly, most of them wasted no time and immediately collected their things and decided to sleep somewhere else that night. As far as I can remember, they found it out that none of their things were stolen, and they requested to change their rooms. And this only ended up as a rumor, and they never really got back up what happened, since the video was somehow corrupted the next morning. In the end, they were unable to replay the video again, but they witnessed it together at least. They will never forget this one heck of a supernatural experience between the two of them. That is so creepy! Alright, I'm gonna stop with this one though. Kawaii ne. Kawaii ne. Mecha kawaii ne. Nozotayo-san, subacha arigatou! Where did I post it? It's on it's on a Google Forms, so it's a link that I asked about. But like, I didn't read through all the stories because there's way too many, and like I'm a scaredy cat, so I get scared really easily. Wah! Spooky. Spooky. You know, yesterday I played a game, a board game, with one of my friends, cause it was one of my friend's birthdays, and we went to like a shop, we went outside to eat, and I went to a shop and we got like a board game each. I got the Stardew Valley board game, and my friend got the Mercurial board game. Mercurial board game. And it broke my brain when I was trying to learn how to play it. There's an R before the I and the U. Well, like the so yeah. Actually, you guys want to know like a story that I had yesterday? The spirit. I mean, I don't try to do it, but I feel like I've seen some stuff. Like last night I had this like ongoing dream, and I would have the same dream continued on every time I rejoined the dream, like every time I went back to sleep. But it was like really specific. It's like, so in the dream, for some reason, all of ILUNA just decided to like graduate all at once. And because everyone else in ILUNA was graduating, for some reason in the dream, I also did. And then I spent the entire dream, just trying to talking to staff and being like, oh, when can I just cancel the graduation and go back to streaming or whatever? Cause in the dream I didn't want to actually graduate in the dream. And then so I talked to the staff, and in the dream the staff was just like, yeah, in the dream the staff was like, yeah, no, you can re-debut again with the same channel, same everything, in a week. And I just remember so this is fully all in the dreams. This is all in a dream. So it's not real. It's not real, okay? Just to be clear. So in the dream, I remember what happened was I was just preparing stuff because I wasn't allowed to stream on the channel, since technically I'm not like I'm already like graduated in the dream. And then like I just saw like everyone else was like saying stuff like you know the posts being like I was really appreciative of like this and that, all their time and everything here. And then I remember like I never posted anything like that in the dream. And in the dream, the entire time I was just thinking it's just like it's because I'm gonna just reappear out of nowhere. But I just remember like being really confused about it in the morning. Like I woke up in the morning and I was just like, so why did that all just happen? Like how did that even just happen? But yeah, so that was the dream that I had last night. The spooky dream. I don't know. It was like I just thought the dream was really, really strange. And yeah. That scared me to tears. It was the dream I had. I think like in the dream I somehow ended up like graduating because and then I didn't want to, so that's why I was just like I was like talking to staff, so I'm being like, hey, can we cancel? That's what it was, you know? But yeah, I don't know why that dream came up, but that was the dream. Wake up from nightmares. I feel like I wake up from nightmares more often than like regular dreams. Obviously, it's all a dream, chat. It's all just a dream. I remember it being scary though. Oh, also, I had this dream. It involved Scarle, right? So like, in this dream, I went like bra shopping with Scarle. So I went bra shopping with Scarle, and then in the dream, Scarle just kept going like, "This shop doesn't have my size. It doesn't have my size." And then they actually did have their size, and like size is way bigger as well. And then Scarle was really embarrassed, and I woke up. You know, that was my dream, like that I had the other day. It was really random. It was just like, oh, let's go bra shopping together. Yeah. And then like, what's it called? We went to a shop and it's just like, oh, this is one of my favorite shops. They have like all sorts of different sizes. Scarle being like, no, it doesn't have my size. So we go into the shop and she's looking around everywhere. She's like, it doesn't have my size. And then I went around and I looked at like a random place. And I'm like, this one looks like it could fit her. And I gave it to her and then she was like, oh my gosh. And then I woke up. It was really weird. It was really, really weird. She's just trying to flex. What's he got? Cliffhanger! I know! I had a cliffhanger in my dream. Did you wake up from your dream and fall back asleep in the same... Yeah, heaps of times. Like literally last night, the dream that I just talked about a little bit before. Every time I went back to sleep, I went back into the same dream and I was so confused. And like each time I went back to sleep, I was in a different area. Like at one point in the dream, like the dream about like all of the ILUNA members, right? At one point, I just woke up and I was somehow in some sort of like a cell, like a really old-looking jail place, where the walls were made out of like cement and there was bars and everything. And then like I'm like sitting there working on videos and stuff inside this like random cell area. And yeah, that was weird. Curious question, do you often watch those scary compilations on YouTube? No, I try to avoid those because I get scared easily. That used to happen to you when you were stressed? Maybe. It's as if you DC'd your dream and logged back on. Lurky, yeah! No, but honestly, I've had a lot of offline work this past month or so, even when I was on holiday in Japan. So when I wasn't streaming, I still had a lot of offline work to work on. And I have a lot of things that I need to actually complete and finish working on in this next couple of days as well. So I think that might be partially why I've been so sleepy, because in my sleep I'm working on stuff and everything as well, and all of those. That's okay, you know. The streams itself is really fun. Also, chat, I'm having a sponsored stream tomorrow morning. It's going to be Path to Nowhere. First anniversary of the game as well. I'm kind of excited. I played the little bit of the game as well, offline, and I had 2 different accounts pretty much, and I was playing with it. That was really cool. I think the story was really nice. Alright, anyways, but that's for tomorrow. So please go check it out. There is you can play most of it for free as well, so consider checking it out with the link in the description. Yeah. I'm excited. What else are we doing, sir? And then Friday we have 2 streams. Saturday we're doing Factorial. I don't have any goals for Factorial because the last time I played it was so long ago I don't even remember. And then Sunday is gonna be Witch Spring R again. I'm imagining it's gonna be a long stream. This BGM is catchier than Suika game. Hey. I actually have an idea for Suika game that I might do in the future, so keep an eye out for it. Factorial. Seems like you don't need to rest. I need rest, but there's just too many work stuff related things. Actually, I would have put the sponsor stream on the schedule as well, but there were some things that we needed to figure out first, so that's why it wasn't on the schedule. But yeah, I really wanted to do something Halloween themed today and yesterday, so that's why. Oh my gosh, I had 3 experiences. One was when I woke up and wanted to go pee. Tilted my head down and saw a blurry white figure. I needed spectacles so that could be my eyes failing me. 2 was when I was lying in my bed. Lying in my bed. Wait, hold up. When I was... when someone ran their head down your butt? What? What in the world? Interesting. But yeah, the next week probably will have slightly less streams. Also, I started watching the Butareba anime today. And I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it was kind of funny. What am I doing tomorrow? Oh yeah, I have the Path to Nowhere stream, which is kind of earlier in the morning, so I have to go to sleep early too. And then meeting, and I have to get recording started. I'm okay. Like Rosemi viewers? What? I don't know what Rosemi senpai's viewers behave like. So, I don't know. I don't know. I only know how marippets behave like. Anyways, How do we behave? Sometimes you guys behave well, other times you guys don't behave well. Like I tell you guys to stop doing something and you just keep doing it and be like, Lamau, so funny. And other times it's what's it called? Other times I tell you guys to stop and you guys could be like, oh my gosh, best. And there's like some of you guys who are just like, oh my gosh, Marie, so cute, yeah. And also go like, what's it called? I sneeze to be like, oh my gosh, so cute. I do something that I think is disgusting and you're like, oh my gosh, so cute. And then there's also those ones that are constantly being like, nah, you're capping on every single thing I do or say. Every single thing I do or say. Thank you for the super. I meant hand. 3 was when I encountered on a dimly lit street with no cars. I smelled a sweet smell out of nowhere and I got chills. I walked home without looking around. The sweet smell stayed with me until I encountered people. I wonder what that is. Thank you for the super. What's Pontiana? That's a sweet smell. Hopefully that sweet smell wasn't cinnamon. 2 sentences horror. I woke up, can't find my condo keys. Then I found that I left it in the doorknob last night. Oh no! I've actually done this before. Like, maybe like 10 times in the past. What are we talking about? We're talking about the super. The super is written thingy. I've actually done that before. Leaving the keys in the doors. But that's because I never leave the house. Did you get robbed there? No? No? The worst horror story is the stones in your shoes? No, you know what's the worst horror story? It's having a spider in your shoe. So you put your foot into your shoe luckily with a sock in it. And then you feel something in the bottom of your shoe. So you take your foot out and then a spider crawls out of it. That's the real story, the horror story. Real. So yeah. Such nightmare feel. That's an Aussie thing? Okay, well, you know, it's still scarier than stones in the shoes. That happens to you a lot. So I've developed a habit of literally tapping my shoes on the floor before I actually wear it. You know? Same? Yeah, wakaru. そうだよね. Like, I'm scared that there's gonna be any sort of bugs inside of my shoes, so I just tap it before I wear it. That's very normal. I know, so you should too. Understandable. What else have I done? Yeah, so I've been reading like webtoons, like new webtoons as well. Like I picked up one today actually. I picked up one today. It's called A Not So Fairy Tale, where there's these characters that apparently go berserk, go crazy and start like attacking everything all out of nowhere. And yeah. One time you got the mail and you felt an itch on your back and you took your shirt off and there was a yellow... Oh no! Oh no! Honestly, I haven't read it much yet. So I've only read like 2 chapters and it's okay. The art style is really, really nice. Hey, what happened to your wicked wings? I ate them. Because they didn't smell weird or they didn't taste weird after the first bite. So I ate them. You know, there was this once I took in the I took in the bed sheets from outside I took in the bed sheets from outside like from after they were like washed. And backyard, laundry line. And as I was folding it, I noticed that there was a bee in it. And it was inside my room because I'm lazy and I kind of like sit down on my bed while I fold the bed and stuff, right? So I ran out of my room and closed the door because I was so scared. And I left the window open so that they could fly out if they needed. But I literally went outdoors, went to the library for like 3 hours. Then I went back home and I went into my room and the bee was gone. So yeah, I never got stung. So, you know, hopefully the bee went outside. But that was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Yeah, so another one that I read was The Guy Upstairs. And the Guy Upstairs is a story that's like, it's like where there's a dude in this who is a serial killer, and then the main character is trying to like out him for being a serial killer because she witnessed like a murder. But yeah, so it's like a whole situation. And I was like, dang, this is interesting, but like also kind of scary, you know, at the same time. True horror story is when you go home from a funeral without knocking on wood and you start smelling sweet flowers as you travel home. Wait, what does that do? What does that mean? Sounds interesting. I think there's like a webtoon like that. Which one? Yeah, that's the webtoon that I'm reading. The Guy Upstairs. That's the webtoon that I'm reading. Sweet flower. Means the spirit is following it. Oh, I see. At least the spirits smell nice. Probably not a good one too. Ayo. Anything weird or nice smelling without anyone nearby means something is probably following you. Yeah, at least it smells nice, dude. Imagine it smells like poop. Can you imagine it smells like poop and you're just like, you just randomly start smelling poop all day, every day, and you're just like, bro, what the heck? I smell like strawberry. I've been told that I smell more like roses than strawberries, but I don't know. Everything is over until you see a red spider lily somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. Demonic presents smell like rotten eggs. Ew. Imagine a ghost following you, then they smell like rotten food. Ew. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. We have things we call... after we attend a funeral, we normally go somewhere else before we go home so the soul wouldn't follow us. Makes sense, but what if the soul just follows you from one place to the other place as well? Sorry, I'm trying to make you guys scared. Go smell like poop now. Welcome back. Otto. Well, that's just rude. You lose them? Hopefully. Rotten eggs are sulfur for demons, they say. Ah. But doesn't like all onsen villages low-key smell like rotten... No, not rotten eggs, like sulfur? Because like of the... Like it... Like what's it called? Onsen villages smell like eggs. It smells like farts and eggs. Because of like the sulfur. Just spray perfume. Ayo. No. But there's no source to produce it nearby. I guess so. 腐った卵の匂いだね。そうだよね。I'm having a good time there too. Ayo. at least they're like mutual understanding to like respect the onsen rules, you know. Everybody, I enjoy the onsen, you enjoy the onsen. Yeah. There's an onsen village in Kyushu that smells like sunflowers. Really? I don't actually know what sunflowers smell like. I've only seen it from like afar. I've never sniffed a sunflower before. I wonder what it actually is like. What else is there? Forgot the name. Then there's horror onsen. Stop it! Stop it, guys! I was too scared to go in the onsen by myself at one point because I was so scared of everything. I'm scaredy cat. You're scared of sunflowers? Why? Is it because it looks at the sun? Did you guys know that sunflowers look at each other when it's a like a gloomy day, when there's like a cloudy day, the sun's not you can't see the sun. The sunflowers face each other. I think it's super cute because it's like they're talking about saying to each other, be like, "You're my sunshine now." Can you imagine it? Can you imagine like little sunflowers talking, be like, "Oh, where's the sun today? Oh, there it is. You're my sun now." Can you imagine it? That'd be so cute. They just smell like flowers. I mean, I like sunflower seeds. Chat, remember? Please read the rules. Got more brizz than you do now. Yeah, it's quite interesting, I feel like. A cute one. I interpret it as them looming at each other in confusion. Wait, what does looming mean again? Please use words that 5-year-olds can understand. Always go to onsen regularly if money and finally live in Japan. I don't know about regularly. Will I have baths regularly? Yes, because I love taking baths. It's just it's a pain to like get the bath like ready and everything. But in Japan, a lot of the places I want to find, if I do, when I do finally move to Japan one of these days, I want to find a place that has the automatic filling bathtubs. You know, there's bathtubs that can get filled up automatically. I want to find a place like that so that I can take baths more often, because yeah, bathtubs are just like a pain to prepare. But I love taking baths. Looming, usually something bad about to happen. Yeah. Most ryokan has that. No, but if you're living there, you can't really stay at a ryokan all the time. So I just want to get a house that has like those like little beep 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 beep. Fill bathtub please at this temperature please. And then like after it finishes filling, it's gonna be like, "Ofuro ga wakimashita." Or something like that. Or something. It tells you that it's finished like filling up the bathtub. I know this because my friend has one. When I stayed over at her house, she had a self-filling up bathtub and it spoke to me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it's speaking. So no, I don't blame you. Wakimashita. Ofuro ga wakimashita. それな。Bathtub is haunted. I mean, does it ask you the question? No. Yeah, I don't know. I do wanna go. I think like most bathrooms in Japan have like bidets attached to it. I mean, the one in like the Harry Potter land where we went to like USJ didn't have a bidet in it, but I think that was just because they were trying to copy like the Western world. Yeah, that's why you should have a rubber ducky to protect you. You know what I would do if I moved, like when I moved to Japan though, is I would buy one of those. What are those called? I would buy one of those. Oh my gosh, my brain stopped working. I'll buy one of those like bags that you can put your phones into so that you can use your phone in the bathroom. In the bathtub. That's what I would do. I would bring my phone with me into the bathtub. Opening the bathtub curtains to see what's hiding in it will always be scary. No. No. You know... No. No. Yeah. Looks really handy for people who use the phones often. Yeah, the cover for the smartphone so you can use it while you're taking a bath. Even if you drop it into the bathtub, it won't die. Hello. Too spooky! Chat, we're meant to be calming down from the spooky vibes. Why are you guys making it more scary? Ah! My goodness. When the Ziploc bag is too risky. Yeah, I always have like music or a video playing, or even like playing an anime while I'm showering a lot of times. 100% of the time, my iPad is always playing something. You know? You know, I'm not gonna risk anything. Halloween. Maybe a Valorant stream after this to cool down. Nah. Because we're already playing Valorant this week and I need to wake up early tomorrow, so I can't actually stream that much anymore. I should end in like... I'm gonna end in like 12 minutes. Okay? I'm ending in 12 minutes. Then the Bluetooth connection cuts off. Bruh! What do you mean Bluetooth connection cuts off? I literally have my full-on iPad in the bathroom with me. So it's like glass. It's a glass door for the actual shower once you're inside the bathroom, right? And then I just put my iPad on like the counter so that I can see it from the shower, and then I start playing it at full blast. That's what I do. You know? Hidei-san. That's what I do in Australia, because that's most like, unless it's a curtain that stops you from like that keeps the water in. Most of the time it's like made of glass. I need to finish my homework right now, but too lazy to... And you lost your homework. Wait, what? How'd you lose your homework? けど水が反応してそう操作しにくい。いやでもあれ先にプレイリストを作ってそのまま洗うって感じ。You know? Off to the school. Good luck. I'm gonna... You know what? The spooky stories are over now, and I'm too scared, so I'm gonna be like, Rumi-chan, can you come downstairs so I can go upstairs? The stories were too spooky, so I'm too scared to go back to my bedroom now. Okay. Gonna talk about it in. Happy Spooky Day. Don't let the gremlins catch you when you turn the lights off. Yup. You guys definitely do that, right? You guys definitely do this, right? Are you calling your roomie? I'm gonna call Rumi-chan to come pick me up from my stream room and take me to my bedroom, because I'm absolutely terrified. when I turn off the lights, I run. Like what? I'm like, I have the lights on downstairs, and I turn the lights on upstairs, and then when I turn off the lights downstairs, I make a run for the light, and then once I turn off the final lights, I make a run for my bed, and I like what's it called? I literally dive into bed and go into the blankets. That's what I usually do. You guys do that as well? Actually, you know what? If you don't do that, you're the weird one. Ran into the light. Were the stories that scary? I mean, there were a couple of really scary ones, but I didn't read every single one. What do you mean, buddy isn't grandma? What do you mean? Good luck going to Huh? Laval? My reaction. True reaction. Starts it. Outrun the creepy vibes. Trust me, I'm gonna, after like Rumi-chan comes down and everything, I'm gonna like, what's it called? In like 10 minutes. A bit less. Alright. What was I saying? I forgot. I actually completely forgot what I was trying to say. Yeah. Tomorrow, I stream tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. JST. I'm usually still asleep at that time, so please come watch me, and I will try my best with the game. The art is really, really pretty. You can even see from just the thumbnail itself, so please come by to it, okay? Please come by to watch the stream. Please support. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys. You guys keep saying, keep telling more spooky, scary stories, even though yeah, tomorrow's stream is sponsored stream. Please come watch so you can support me. And like, what's it called? It's gonna help me pay for a lot of my covers and stuff, so yeah, thank you for coming by. I hope you guys had fun. I am still terrified. I'm gonna wait until Rumi comes downstairs. Instead, like, so that, yeah. Thank you for coming by. Okay, I'm setting up the raid system right now. If you guys haven't heard my new cover song yet, please go take and give it a listen. Want You Bad is what it is called. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? And then the day after that is gonna be 2 streams. The nighttime is gonna be Valorant around this time on Friday. So yeah. Thank you for coming by. I'm sending you guys over to Middletown. Otsumari